All right, my friends, welcome back to Frog Boy X1 Gaming. I'm Andrew, and today I wanted to tell you guys it's like 4 more days till I can get the opportunity to pick up the 5080 and start testing that out, start checking that out, start playing some games on it. Very excited for that. I'm thinking I might actually save Spider-Man 2 for that one. Obviously, start freaking Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 on that card, on that GPU, because that, like, once I get that, that'll be in the rig for at least a month minimum. So that's gonna be kind of interesting to not be able to see those games right when they come out on the AMD GPU. So this is gonna be interesting, but I'm gonna definitely do it. So all right, guys, yeah, 4 more days, 5080's coming out. I'm starting to get a little bit more excited about it. We had a whole bunch of people coming out with leaks today talking about like the performance gains are not that impressive, and then I look at it and I'm like, well, what else are you gonna buy? What else are you gonna buy? There's no more freaking stock of 4080, no more stock of 4070 Super. The prices didn't go down on them, so what else are you gonna buy? That's what I don't understand. It's like, why cry about it at this point? Like, we know the price, it's $500, it's $1,000, slightly better than what we were already paying. Like, it doesn't even really matter. It's almost like a new motorcycle comes out and they change like the fenders and stuff, and maybe change up the body style a little bit, but it's still literally the same damn bike, same motor, same everything. And that's my friend at work. I was using his analogy because I'm like, yeah, dude, that's basically what it is, a 5080 with a new paint job or a 4080 with a new paint job. And it's like, whatever. Like, we already know what it is. Why sit and complain about it even more? Look, I get a lot of people coming to me telling me that they're really happy with the new DLSS. I've got AMD fans that double dip that are coming to me telling me that the new DLSS4 is very impressive. And so those are the kind of people, like, when they come to me and they tell me, hey Frog, man, this is what it's doing, and I'm like, okay, I'm all ears, man. Like, I definitely want things to look better. And you know, if Nvidia can produce that, if Nvidia can bring an experience that like blows me away, like, I'm all for it. Like, I'm not one of them freaking people that's gonna just throw in an AMD card and be like, this is it forever, this is it forever. No, dude, like, I'm not that dumb. I'm not that dumb. Like, I do like to see things move forward, but a lot of people in here kind of, you know, try to put me in a box when, dude, you'll never be able to put me in a box. Like, you'll never be able to tie me down as a fanboy to literally anything ever, because I will try everything. So I don't know why you guys try to do that. It just makes you guys look like fools. And then you try to call me a flip-flopper all the time. Well, you're a flip-flopper. You know what? I'm not a flip-flopper. I literally will use anything and everything to play and enjoy my video games. So if you think that hurts my feelings or makes me sad, like, it really doesn't. Like, that's just like, dude, you guys clearly don't understand anything. Like, I personally am not the kind of person to tie myself to anything at all. I've been really enjoying AMD this generation. Like I said, man, like I said in a few videos, I just, you know, really the biggest reason I got rid of the 4080 Super is because I was like afraid that I was going to crack that PCB board because it was a gigabyte card. And I was like starting to get a little bit worried about it. So I was like, dude, I'm not going to take the chance. I'm just going to sell it to somebody that's going to love this card and they're going to take care of it. And it went to a good home. It went to a good home. I promise you, it went to a good home. The dude was a returned soldier. He just got back, you know. He's a returned soldier, man. He went and bought a 4070 Ti Super. He saw my posting and I told him, look, man, I've only played with it for about a month. I give it to you for what you paid for the other one. He came, he picked it up, and it went to a good home. It made his freaking day. And yeah, dude, it was an awesome exchange, man. Like, I was happy with that one. That was like a really good one. I was like, yeah, that's a good one. So yeah, guys, I do regret selling the 4080 Super. I do. I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and say I don't, but I do. But that just gives me so much more reason now. You know, like, this first month with the 5080 is gonna be awesome, guys. I get to go back and try games all the way from, oh my gosh, all the way from like Star Wars and back some, like throughout the end of the summer. Like, all those games that I played, I get to go back, I get to try them out on the 5080, I get to make a whole bunch of content on them, I get to, you know, go through and, you know, do an analysis on all that, and DLSS4 and all of that stuff. And then a month later, guys, the AMD card drops. I don't even have to feel rushed, man. Like, I don't feel rushed, and I'm actually excited about this. I really am. So it's like, yeah, let's check it out. we'll check out the 5080. We're gonna have a lot of fun with that card, guys. We are. We're gonna go into some stuff. I'm gonna do some like questions and answers and stuff like that. I'm gonna have you guys, like I did with the 4070, dude. Maybe I'll even, you know, I'll come on and I'll humble myself and I'll let you guys give me some suggestions that we can try during a live stream. And you know, I'm willing to meet you guys halfway, but you know, when it comes to you ignorant people, like the ignorant fanboys, yeah, dude, I'm just gonna start ignoring you guys in the comment section. Like, I don't even care anymore. I really do. Like, I see your names now, and then I just move right past your comment. It's gotten annoying, man. Like, it really has. Sometimes I still read them, sometimes I don't. But you know, trying to be a content creator in the PC space and having like a preference, like people say it's a fanboy thing, but I think, dude, you're okay. It's okay to have a preference. Having a preference, but still being willing to try the other thing. Like, I don't think anybody goes out of their way, because you know for a fact, just as well as I do. Let's be honest here. You know for a fact, just as well as I do, that every other content creator out there that gets sent free 5090s, every single one of them, you know, and they get free AMD cards, they get free Intel ones, all of that. Okay, we all know that. And that's what they hide behind. They're like, well, I get free cards from all of them. And that's what they hide behind when you try to tell them that they're shilling or anything like that, or anything like that. They say that's what they hide behind, is that I get free cards from everybody. Well, that shit don't work with me anymore. So listen to this, okay? And you can make up your own mind. Tell me if you think I'm out of line or not. Every single one of them, when they get the cards, like the 5090, every single one of them came out, they're calling it like a 4090 Ti. They're bashing it. They're not bashing it, but they're downplaying like a whole bunch of stuff, you know, talking about like this and that, and they're just trying to seem like they're really stern. That the Nvidia's taking the piss out of them and all of this stuff. But then the very next day, they're out there comparing it to an AMD 7900 XTX to make it look really, really good, because it looks really, really good when it's 73% better, right? It's not very good when it's only 30% better, but it is definitely better when it's 73% better. And you guys come at me and you're like, what are you talking about, Frog? And I'm like, dude, you guys can't see this? Like, you guys can't see that? That's what I'm talking about. It's like, compared to the Nvidia cards, like seriously, AMD is not even competing with Nvidia. It's the same thing with Xbox and PlayStation. Xbox isn't even competing with PlayStation, but the PlayStation guys are always still trying to go out of their way to belittle and down talk Xbox while begging for Xbox games to come to PlayStation because they don't have any PlayStation games. You see where this is going? But now with Nvidia, it's like we all know that AMD is not competing this generation. The 9070 XT is probably going to come out and be an awesome card in the mid-range. Absolutely going to be an awesome card. AMD's, you know, fluid motion frames and their FSR4 and all that stuff's going to come. You know, it's going to be good. It's going to be better. But you're still going to have these guys out there like with their pitchforks trying to like destroy AMD. And it's funny, but here's the thing. Now, every single reviewer, and this is what sealed the deal for me. Every single reviewer out there, when do they ever come out with like a 7900? Show me their things where they came out with a 7900 XTX review and then started making more content on that card that was actually like positive for that card, being like, oh yeah, and then comparing it to like 3 generation or generation old Nvidia cards to make it look better. You know what I mean? Like, show me where they were doing that, you guys. Show me where they were doing that to try to show like this 7900 XTX is like the cream of the crop. The only thing you see is on like Tech Power Up or in their little things is like every now and then you'll see like the 7900 XTX and you'll see its place in the hierarchy, but you never see anything about that card in terms of, except for like Fabio over at Ancient Gameplays. You don't see any of these other big tech tubers coming out and doing like straight up pieces like, hey man, I played the 7900 XTX for a week and this is cool and this is cool and blah, blah, blah. You don't see that stuff. That's why I think they're all Nvidia shills, bro, because that's what they do. They come out, they get the free 5090s, and then they come out and they make you drool over it. They make you want it. They make it sound like it's so good. That's the only reason I have a problem with them putting it up against the 7900 XTX and not putting any, like, oh man, that was such a hit piece, and it was so freaking, It was so obvious to see so many of these content creators do that. You got Richard Ledbetter doing it, but he at least did it a little bit more, like did it with NVIDIA cards in the same video. But my gosh, man, some of these guys and their motives are very, very questionable. Most of the gaming community is not going to buy a 5090, period. They're not going to buy a 5090. They're going to buy 5080s. They're going to buy 5070s. They're going to buy 5070 Ti's. Why? Because that's the best that they can afford when it comes to buying. In an army of them are going to buy 5060s for real. A lot of them are going to buy 5060s. So, my friends, if you look at that and you take that into consideration, when you think about like all of this stuff, like all of the pricing and stuff, it's like, dude, it's literally right where it's been and right where it's gonna stay going forward. If anything, you're gonna get like the TI series or the Super series this generation that are gonna cost more money, because last generation, Nvidia knew they screwed up. That's why they turned things around. They lowered the price of the 4080 Super, but this time they're starting with that lower price. And then you're going to see it metastasize and get bigger. Like I guarantee it, like your 5080 Ti is probably going to be like $1,600 bucks. They're going to add more VRAM and they're going to charge you an arm and a leg for it. They're going to charge you 5090 price, and they're going to obviously I think it's going to be 4090 power by the time they're done with the 5090 or the 5080. It's going to be 4090 power with more VRAM, and it's going to cost what the 4090 costs right now. Let's just place our bets right there. Obviously, the 5070 Ti Super or whatever Ti Super, that one's going to be a 4080 Super. That one's going to be a 40. They didn't even try. They just barely. They literally just bumped them up to the point where they're just TIs. They're just TIs. They're the last generation TI cards now or whatever. Pretty much the same boost that the other cards got. So yeah. And the new features, But it is good that they brought all those new features to all the other guys, because that's what's making me excited. I've said it on this channel multiple times. AMD willing to support their last generation cards and bring them forward has definitely made me a lot more like, okay, I like AMD. Nvidia doing the same thing, whether it's because they have to or that builds a lot of trust with me for Nvidia. That does. They're getting better DLSS models. They're getting better, they're bringing that new technology backwards. That makes me happy. I've said that, and I'm giving them props. I give Nvidia props when I need to, and yeah, that's actually what's putting me more at ease, being like, okay, yeah, I'll go pay your $1,000 for your 5080 Nvidia, 16 gigs of VRAM. It was mostly fine on the 4080 Super. Like, it was mostly fine. Wasn't really running into a whole lot of things. Obviously, I'm playing on 3440 by 1440p. That's not going to change. I will obviously be able to play it on 4K on some games. So, but the fact of the matter is it is a 3440 by 1440p GPU, and I'm happy with that. I'm excited about that. So, yeah, guys, I'm excited about the 5080. I don't think it's overpriced. I don't think it's underpriced. I don't, you know what I mean? I think it's the price. That's what it is. I don't think it's disappointing. I really don't. Like, I really don't think the power uplift for the 5080 from the 4080 Super, I don't think that's too disappointing. Like 15%, okay. The same price, okay. That's to me that's okay. That's worth a new bike with different fenders and blah blah blah. It just depends on if you like the new fenders and stuff, right? Do you like the new fenders? I like the new way of this card, the way it looks. So I'm excited about it. And yeah, it's definitely better than what I had. In my mind, 15% puts it right above or, in line. Like it to me, that's going to be more compatible or more comparable to my 7900 XTX than I think the 4080 Super was. At least in terms of the games that I play, I think that's going to easily put it on par, maybe even slightly better. So I'm excited about that. And we'll get to check out the new features, man. I'm definitely excited about DLSS4, ray reconstruction, all of that stuff. I've seen enough, and I've got, like I said, AMD guys coming to me saying, look, this is serious. You need to check it out. So I'm feeling better about it. I'm feeling better about them bringing all that old tech to the old cards. Yeah, obviously you're going to have a performance hit on some of those, but I don't know, man. At least you get to try it. And that shows that Nvidia is still willing to take care of you. I think they've been watching my videos. I think Nvidia's been watching my videos, and they're like, all right, dude, this frog guy's starting to make a lot of noise. People are starting to, and yeah, hopefully they're watching this. It would be awesome if Nvidia was watching this, because that's all I want is better. I want them to treat their customers better. That's it. At the end of the day, as long as they keep bringing stuff forward and bringing stuff backwards and making those cards feel better, I'm all for that. And I definitely would support that a lot more than I would, you know, them cutting us out of features and you know, forcing us to buy new GPUs. That there, like this Nvidia, this generation is starting to feel a little bit better. So, all right, guys, if you like this content, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.
Say, do you remember a guy named Emilio from Nibelheim?
The general store kid?
Yeah. Anyway, he left the village right before you did. Thought I'd never see him again. Then one day last year, he shows up at 7th Heaven. I couldn't believe my eyes. He was all grown up. Didn't even recognize him at first.
Really?
Yeah, and what's more, the woman who walked in with him was stunning. Like, she could have been a model, and... You're not interested, are you?
Not really. But I'm happy to listen, so go ahead.
It's okay. Forget it.
Was this another test?
No, it wasn't. Why deny it? I guess it was, huh? I'm sorry.
It's fine. We'll find time to talk. Just the two of us. Figure things out.
Just be ready to spill your guts, huh?
With my iron stomach?
Night.